everyone. Lovely to be with you. Hello, Holger, Nathan, Charlie, George, Mina, Malcolm. So we get together. We meet as presence wherever we are, whatever we do, whatever's going on, whatever is happening. It's just presence, beingness, consciousness taking on this form. Like this moment is just a presence, beingness, taking on the form of this conversation, this perception, this sensation. It's always there, unmoving. The reality of presence. To recognize oneself is simply the recognition of presence. It is presence itself that recognizes itself. Awareness itself that recognizes itself. That's what peace is. Peace is this recognition of beingness, being knowingly itself. No worries, no concerns, nothing lacking, nothing that we need to attain, we need to fix. Life unfolding as this presence unfolding as life. What we call life. So in this moment, what is life? Isn't it this wholeness, this totality, this completeness, this beingness, including the sounds and the sensations and the meaning? Nothing excluded, right? Wherever you are, it is presence. Whatever you're doing, it is presence. But whenever you're looking for yourself, then it's sort of a foolish way in which presence is appearing. Because you don't need to look for yourself. You already are. You are this transparent presence. You don't need to improve yourself, because whatever you're improving is a falsehood. Because in presence there is no time. And improvement is in time. Improvement is in time. whatever unfolds in time is just a stream of images. Which is unfolding in presence. But they're not two. The images unfolding in presence itself are one. What is lacking in presence? Somehow, something says, there is more, or maybe there is more for me. Maybe there is something that this me can get, something special. Something valuable for me. And as soon as we buy this falsehood, we engage in seeking and worrying and searching for something. For whom? You see, for whom? For somebody who exists in time, somebody who is born and is living in time. But you don't live in time. And time appears to you. Events, thoughts, memories appear to you. But you don't exist in time. So whatever you seek for yourself is just an imaginary, an illusion. And it engages you in all sorts of concerns. The mind gets stirred up. The feelings, the emotions get triggered. And then we are struggling with the feelings and the emotions. While all along, here we are, perfect as we are. Everything is perfect as it is. It already is. It's already on board. There is no need to argue with the sunshine or with the rain. No need to argue with the gravity and with the galactic fields. to rest, to invite yourself, invite the entire realm of your experience to rest at the core, the no movement at the core. There is activity at the surface, at the periphery, but the stillness, the silence, the peace at the core of being. So that the activities of the world, and the body and the mind don't disturb being, don't disturb reality. Because reality is not phenomenal, it's not disturbable. There is no separate personal self anywhere. It's one seamless reality, one seamless field of being, of movement, sensations, and flow and stillness. You notice the breath. Which is made out of listening. Sensations within the body. Made out of the stillness. This wide open, aware space. A knowing space, which is made out of knowingness. It knows it is. And it knows that it knows. You are not a local entity. You are not a limited organism. There's no locality or limitation to awareness. Boundless, formless being. So that you and the infinity are one in every way. It's awake, aware infinity. Which has no beginning, no ending. The joy and the freedom of being, the peace, the love, the beauty. So if there is anything you would like to discuss, any questions?
Hello, Magdi.
George, hello, George.
Hi there. Yes, I have a question. I have been a seeker for a long time, 5 years, 6 years. My question is, with regard to the seeking itself, that seeking, that wanting to wake up, is that seeking, that wanting, sorry, let me ask the question again. How can I tell whether that seeking, that wanting, is an activity of the separate self, wanting to feel good and self-improve and be happy, or whether that's a legitimate goal of my real self? Does that question make any sense?
Yes, yes, it does. It does. So if you are seeking an object, if you're seeking a personal experience or an experience or a state or a feeling, or if you are seeking an object, then you are an object. But when you are seeking truth, you're seeking love, you're seeking understanding, you're seeking peace, they are not phenomenal experiences. You're not seeking a phenomenal experience. So in the first option, you will experience a lot of disappointment. You will experience moments, tiny moments of peace, but it will be of short duration. And you will experience mostly activity, mind activity, and feelings and emotions. And yes, I get it. Oh no, I lost it. You know, you will experience yourself as a subject that's conditional, like moving in the wind. You know, it's this way and then that way. There isn't the peace. While when you are in the second situation, where you are seeking love, understanding, peace, it's more like a ripening. There is a sort of a sinking into the understanding, into the peace, into the and with freedom. I mean, when you are seeking love, beauty, or truth, you're seeking freedom. Because there is no wisdom without freedom, no love without freedom, no beauty without freedom. So that we may start our journey seeking and experience something we've experienced, we want to repeat it, or something we've read that inspired us, we evoked a beautiful feeling or vision, and we want to sort of capture that. We may start in that way. But along the journey, you're contemplating the belief that about yourself, about consciousness that are in the way. The beliefs that you have about yourself, you're also feeling that. You're feeling, and they limit you. We're experiencing a sense of limitation. So because we're interested in beauty, in freedom, in causeless happiness, we're examining the structures that stand in the way. We notice that we feel entrapped, we feel limited. And so examine that. Why are we feeling this entrapment, this sense of limitation, this sense of separation, this angst? Why? So there is a contemplation of that. Because these beliefs, this sense of limitation of personal self is interconnected with your belief about yourself, about consciousness. I, as consciousness, have a belief about yourself, not about the body. The body is male, 60 years old, whatever, father, son, whatever. These are like phenomenal facts, okay, details. But the belief about yourself it's about consciousness, about what you truly are, about reality. So we believe this reality to be born, to exist in time and space, you see. So we contemplate, we examine that. And as we are examining that, we start to see through, the switches, the holes in it, We start to see that, wait a minute. Yeah, it doesn't stand on its own two feet, we need to prop it up. The belief has to always be propped up, maintained, So it's exhausting too. So as this structure dismantles or thins out, we found ourselves like just more and more interested in what? In the whole process of contemplation, which it becomes interesting, sweet, and oh, wow, yeah. There are moments of understanding, and these moments of understanding are transformative. We start to notice a transformation. The way we notice the transformation is we are less and less in me. We're less and less reacting. We're less and less struggling. We're less and less arguing or blaming. And we find that something has shifted. Our how we were, how things were for us is different now. It's more smoother, peaceful. We're engaged in life, of course, but there's less and less inner angst. And the process continues that way. It just becomes more and more open, and you're less and less struggling, arguing. Is somehow the understanding starts to sort of, it releases you from the you. It releases these. And also we also apply our understanding. We say, oh, okay, I understand reality it's not a me thing. It's not me and you and my life, my this, my that. It's an open awareness. Consciousness is the same. It's always the same beingness, the same peace, the same presence. It's not my presence or your presence, it's just presence. Yeah, it's reality that perceives. So then we start as a seeker, but we don't end up as a seeker. We start as a seeker, and then we become truth lover and a life lover, and that's the life. We become more and more transparent. We say truth lover, okay, it's a way of speaking, yes. Because in love, there is just love, you know. It's not like seeking, you know. You don't seek love. You don't. So within yourself, when you are experiencing some worry, concern, negative emotions, fear, anticipation, boredom, disillusionment, at that moment, you are a separate object that's lacking, it's missing. You're limited, and so you've adopted that model. That, you know, like I say, sometimes behind the curtain, it's sort of it's still like sort of coming out. You know, there's still something behind the curtain that appears. You know, it says, "Oh." So in that moment, that's an important moment because it's an opportunity for you to not to put on that suit, you know. Okay, you sort of say, well, I see it. I see it. When it's unhappy, I see the unhappiness. I see this. It's just an inner process of I'm separating myself from blah, blah, blah. You see it. And so it is. It's a moment of understanding. In seeing, there is a stillness in seeing. It's not a thinking process. It's awareness. And you don't need to fix anything in the past or for the future, because in the moment of seeing, there's no past or future. They're like obliterated. So there's no regret. Back to the fresh moment, the freshness of presence. Maybe the mind says, well, what's in it for me? That's again. That's okay. You just see it. Aha, interesting. What's in it for me? We all, what's in it for me? You see it. Or when am I going to I don't know, whatever. Same thing. It's like it's just the same. You know, when am I going to? So that presence becomes more and more dominant, more predominant, more and more predominant. Not like in a dominating way, but in more and more
present.
Present. Yes. And the mind finds itself restful in presence, restful presence. And when there is a need for an activity, the mind is right there. It's because it's there. Need to do this, fix that, take care of this, attend to that. But it's not stuck in time. It's not like, oh, I need to do this because if I don't get that done, something blah, blah, blah is going to happen to me. the psychological me, which is different from, well, if I don't go shopping for dinner, I may have to eat the leftovers. Oh, it's okay. I mean, that's just okay. Fine. You may go shopping. You may say, screw it. I'll have the leftovers. There's no psychological aspect in that. So yes, love for truth is not like a seeking, no. But there may be a phase of seeking. Okay, fine. Not a problem. Maybe in a way it's part of the journey for all of us, or for many of us, or some of us. And assuming ourselves to be somebody becomes less and less and less. It's sort of, we start with, assuming myself to be this, and I feel myself to be this, but it becomes less and less. I don't need to, it's not necessary. It's only necessary in some situation when your kids send you or call you, say, Happy Father's Day, and okay, yes, you're the father at that moment, okay. But that's not psychological. The body, this body, mind, Magdi is the father of blah, blah. Okay, fine. But assuming yourself, feeling myself and continue to have a conversation, I am this, it's like this silent conversation about I am this person, blah, 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 blah. No. It's not necessary for the peace of being.
Very good. Thank you, Magdi. Thank you.
Okay, George. Yes. Any questions? Well, next week I'll be away, so back in first week of July. So we'll see each other then, yes? Okay. Thank you again, George, and Holger, Charlie, Holly, Frank, Mina, Nathan, Malcolm, and sweet Tara. Thank you all. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magdi.
Okay.
Thank you. See everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, Holly.